Breaking Dawn by Stephanie Meyer. Chapter 11. The sound I'd been fearing interrupted my day's thoughts. It was the soft impact of big paws against the ground chasing after me. I threw myself forward, rocketing towards the Black Forest. I had to get close enough so that Edward could hear the warning in my head. Lee wouldn't be able to stop me alone. Then I caught the mood of the thoughts behind me. Not anger, but enthusiasm. Not chasing, but following. My stride broke. I seconded 2 steps before it evened out again. Wait up, my legs aren't as long as yours. Seth, what do you think you're doing? Go home! He didn't answer me, but I could feel his excitement as he kept right on after me. I could see through his eyes, and he could see right through mine. The night scene was bleak for me, full of despair. For him it was hopeful. I hadn't realised I was slowing down, but suddenly he was on my flank, running in position beside me. I'm not joking, Seth. This is no place for you. Get out of here. The gangly tan wolf snorted. Caught your back, Jacob. I think you're right. I'm not going to stand behind Sam when... Oh yes, you are the hell going to stand behind Sam. Get your furry butt back to the LA push and do what Sam tells you to do. No. Go, Seth. He set an order, Jacob. His question brought me up short. I skidded to a halt, my nails gouging furrows in the mud. I'm not ordering anything to do anything. I'm just telling you what you already know. He plopped down on his haunches beside me. I'll tell you what I know. I know that it's awful quiet. Haven't you noticed? I blinked. My tail swished nervously as I realised what he was thinking underneath the words. It wasn't quiet in one sense. Howls still filled the air, far away in the west. They haven't phased back, Seth said. I knew that. The pack would be on red alert now. They would be using the mind link to see all sides clearly, but I couldn't see what they were thinking. I could only hear Seth, no one else. Looks to me like separate packs aren't linked. Huh. Guess there was no reason for our fathers to know that before. Because there was no reason for separate packs before. Never enough wolves for 2. Wow. It's really quiet. Sort of eerie. But it's also kinda nice. Don't you know that? Don't you think? I bet it was easier like this for Ephraim and Quill and Levi. Not such a babble with just 3. Or just 2. Shut up, Seth. Yes, sir. Stop that. There are not 2 packs. There is the pack, and then there is me. That's all. So you can go home now. If there aren't 2 packs, then why can we hear each other and not the rest? I think that's when you turned your back on Seth. That was a pretty significant move. A change, and when I followed you away, I think it was significant too. You got a point, I conceded. But what can change right back. He got up and started trotting towards the east. No time to argue as it now. He should be moving right along before Sam. He was right about that part. There was no time for this argument. I fell into a run again, not pushing myself quite as hard. Seth stayed on my heels, holding the second traditional place in my right flank. I can run somewhere else, he thought, his nose dipping in a little. I didn't follow you because I was after promotion. Run wherever you want. It makes no difference to me. There was no sound of pursuit, but we both stepped it up a little at the same time. I was worried now. I couldn't tap into the pack's mind. It means it was going to make it more difficult. I have no more advanced warning of the attack than the Cullens. We'll run patrols, Seth suggested. And what will we do if the pack challenges us? My eyes tightened. Attack our brothers. Your sister? No, we sound the alarm and fall back. Good answer. But then what? I don't think. I know, he agreed, less confident now. I don't think I can fight them either. But they won't be any happier with the idea of attacking us than we are with attacking them. There might be enough of them to stop them right here. But plus, there are only 8 of them now. Stop being so... Took me a minute to decide on the right word. Optimistic. It's getting on my nerves. No problem. You want me to be all down and gloom, or just shut up? Just shut up. Can do. Really, doesn't seem like it. He was finally quiet. Then we were across the road, moving through the forest that ran into the Cullens' house. Could help us hear us yet? Maybe we should be thinking something like, we come in peace. Go for it. Edward? He was saying tentatively. Edward, you there? Okay, now I feel kind of stupid. You sound stupid too. Think you can hear us? We're less than a mile out now. I think so. Hey, Edward, if you can hear me, circle the wagons, bloodsucker. You've got a problem. We've got a problem, Seth corrected. Then we broke through the trees into the big lawn. The house was dark but not empty. Edward stood on the porch between Emmett and Jasper. There was Snow White in the pale light. Jacob, Seth, what's going on? I slowed and then paced back a few steps. The smell was so sharp through his nose it felt like it was honestly burning me. Seth whined quietly, hesitating, but then he fell back behind me. To answer Edward's question, I let my mind run over the confrontation with Sam, moving it back and backward. Seth thought with me, filling in the gaps, showing the scene from another angle. We stopped, then we got to the part about the abomination, because Edward hissed furiously and leaped off the porch. They want to kill Bella, he snarled flatly. Emmett and Jasper, not having had the first part of the conversation, took his inflectionless question for a statement. They were right next to him in a flash, teeth exposed as they moved on us. Hey now, Seth thought, backing away. Jazz, not them. The others. The packers coming. Emmett and Jasper rocked back on their heels. Emmett turned to Edward while Jasper kept his eyes locked on us. What's their problem? Emmett demanded. The same one as mine, Edward hissed, but they have their own plan to handle it. Get the others, call Carlisle. He doesn't have to get back here now. I whined uneasily. They were separated. They are fighting, we said in the same dead voice as before. I'm going to take a look, Seth said. Run the western perimeter. Will you be in danger, Seth? Edward asked. Seth and I exchanged a glance. Don't think so, we thought together. Then I added, maybe I should go just in case. They were less likely to challenge me, Seth pointed out. I'm just a kid to them. You're just a kid to me, kid. I'm out of here. You need to coordinate with the Cullens. He wheeled and darted into the darkness. I wasn't going to order Seth around, so I let him go. Edward and I stood facing each other in the dark meadow. I could hear Emmett muttering into his phone. Jasper was watching the place as Seth vanished into the woods. Alice appeared on the porch, and then, after staring at me with anxious eyes for a long moment, she flitted to Jasper's side. I guess that Rosalie was inside with Bella, still guarding her from the wrong dangers. This isn't the first time I've owed you my gratitude, Jacob, Edward whispered. I never would have asked for this from you. I thought of what he'd asked me to do earlier today. When it came to Bella, there were no lines he wouldn't cross. Yeah, you would. He thought about it, then he nodded. I suppose you're right about that. I sighed heavily. Well, this isn't the first time I didn't do it for you. Right, he murmured. Sorry I didn't do any good today. Told you she wouldn't listen to me. I know. I never really believed she would, but you had to try. I get it. Is she any better? His voice in her eyes went hollow. Worse, he breathed. I didn't want to let that word sink in. I was grateful when Alice spoke. Jacob, would you mind switching forms? Alice asked. I want to know what's going on. I shook my head at the same time as Edward answered. He needed to say linked to Seth. Well, then would you be so kind as to tell me what's happening? He exclaimed in clipped, emotionless sentences. The pack thinks Bella's become a problem. They foresee potential danger from what she's carrying. They feel it's their duty to remove that danger. Jacob and Seth disbanded from the pack to warn us. The rest are planning to attack tonight. Alice hissed, leaning away from me. Emmett and Jasper exchanged a glance, and their eyes ranged across the trees. Nobody out here, Seth reported. All's quiet on the western front. They may go around. I'll make a loop. Carl and Esme are on their way, Emmett said. 20 minutes tops. We should take up a defensive position, Jasper said. Emmett nodded. Let's get inside.